Hey everyone, so lately we have been getting the question of, is the housing market going to be anything like it was in 2008? Or another one we've been getting is the sharp decline in values going to bring the real estate market to a halt? I mean, these are valid, good questions. Nobody has an exact answer for that. But, you know, I've been in real estate since 2004. And Greg, you've been in real estate since
2012. So 10 years for me and 18 years for Kim.
Yeah. You know, I lived through the last crash. I'm still here. I survived it. I need a t-shirt that says I survived the real estate housing crash of 2008, 9, and 10. Well, anyway, I wanted to give you some comparisons for today's market compared to the market in 2008. But first, we want to start out by telling you a story. Really, really interesting story. And it kind of just, I'm telling the story today because it shows you where I started with this particular client and where we are today.
Right.
So, a few months ago, I got a call from, actually it was probably more than a few months ago. Well,
yeah,
maybe about 10 months ago, 9 or 10 months. Got a call from someone that inherited a house, and they live out of state, and they needed a professional to help them facilitate everything and get the house on the market and get it sold. So Greg and I were enthusiastic. We said, absolutely, we can help you with anything. Let us come check the house out. So I'm gonna let Greg kind of tell you a little bit about,
describe it a little bit,
what we saw. It was shocking.
So when everybody hears house, you think of, wow, beautiful, amazing, that would be great to live in, not a lot to do. This was, when we got there, one of those, okay, let's re-describe what a house really is. It was a nice home, but it just needs a lot of work to bring to today's value in order to make it sellable. And that's probably a nice way of putting it. I'm trying to.
Okay, so let me, that was like a lot of sugar coating. I felt like I was back in 1983 in my great aunt's house.
Right.
It was full of a lot of junk.
A lot.
There was not a thing updated. There was projects that were started and not finished. The house had been vacant for a while. There clearly was rodents living in the house while it was not occupied. Thank you.
They were the occupants.
And I'm gonna just say it was borderline hoarder-ish.
Yeah.
But you know, look, we love a good challenge, right? So we love a good challenge. We take a tour through, and as we're going through, I think it's safe to say that Greg and I both had the same number in our head of what this house would sell and list for. And I want to remind you all, this was 9 months ago. So we're talking about, I think it was like February or March of 2021.
I remember February, for whatever reason. I think it was around Valentine's or something like that. So, and I, you know, then we talked about it for a couple of days because of the shocking realization of what the house was. So you know, we call the prospective client back, the seller, and we say, so after evaluating everything, if you want to sell it in as-is condition, because the market is incredible for a seller today, you can do so at this price. Yeah. And
she was thinking like $100,000 more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, lady, if this was 2008, we would be talking about like $250,000 less.
Right.
So I was a little
floored, but remained enthusiastic. So, okay, now we're going to help you figure out how we can maximize the value of this house.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
Well,
I'm going to let you say it.
the biggest problem is she didn't take action right away. The market was so hot that she could have probably put it right on the market at a fair price and would have probably most likely got a higher price than that. But she delayed because she wanted to get stuff out. She wanted to take some personal items, which I totally understood. But what happened is she went cold for about 9 to 10 months and then calls us about a month ago and says, hey, I'm ready to go. Can I meet you guys back there? Or, let's talk about what we need to do. And we went back in the house and there was nothing done the whole time that value was dropping.
That's really not true.
Yeah.
They cleaned out a little bit. They had an estate sale that did not go well.
But they didn't sell anything.
The estate sale people, not my recommendation, by the way,
Right.
The estate sale people left a lot of stuff there, and it is still there. We're talking about a month ago. There was so much work to do. Okay, so how are we going to fix this? Greg and I hired someone to lay tile because the floor needed to be fixed. We hired a painter, we hired a handyman, a landscaper, a cleaner, and we're all in the process of getting everything done. Brand new carpet, all that kind of stuff. But now, the trick is, okay, we're not in that same market.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that we're going to price it like it's 2008. But
we have to market it to sell because it's a vacant home, so it's costing that seller money monthly to not be there. And we have to look at that pain threshold of how long is that going to stay on the market for them to continue to pay taxes, electric, insurance, HOA fees, so on and so forth. And then the risk of something possibly happening to the home and not make it sellable. A storm, let's just say.
And we're going to have rain for the next 9 days. That scares me.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm very confident that we'll be able to get it sold and at fair market value, which is different than a few months ago, right? Mm-hmm. So let me give you some statistics. 2008 prices compared to today. In 2008, we saw a decline in this particular area of anywhere between 18 and 24%. Mm-hmm. This year, and I'm going to say just within the last 4 months, we've seen a decline of anywhere between 1 and 3% just in the last few months. So we're not back to 2008. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. But I thought that would be pretty interesting, stats for some of you out there that are kind of curious. And we would be really interested to find out what's happening in your area. I'd love to find out everything that's going on around the country, especially out west. Our son lives out west, and he said that the housing market there is still really strong. But on a positive note, I'm going to circle back to the house now. It's like I saw a little squirrel. We did hire the right contractors, got them in place. It's well on its way. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm confident that once it's cleaned and freshened up, it will sell. It'll probably take a hot couple of minutes to do so. But I think it'll be okay. Yeah. In that particular area, we are talking about at least a 3% decline in values in the last couple of months. So I'm hoping that this all really comes together quickly for them.
One of the things I know Kim mentioned about the 2008 market to this market is the interest rates in the 2008 market were not at the prices, interest rates that we're at now. So what that does is that actually increases the house cost because it's so much more in interest rate you're paying. So just kind of think about that too. So because she said only a 3% decrease, but the interest rates increased 3%, that really, in my mind, is almost like a 9% or 7 to 9% decrease in value if you think about it, if you're throwing the interest rates in there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a really good way to look at it. Most people don't think that way.
Well, it's money you got to lay out. Either you're going to buy something, pay cash for it, and
True.
this is what it costs you, or you're going to get a credit card, you're going to buy it, it's going to cost you 14.5% interest rate and not pay the card off and take that 12 months of interest over what you purchased, and you paid a lot more than you should have. So same thing with a house.
Yeah, that's right. You know, if you know anyone that has a really unique situation like this, or even if it's just a normal situation, and they need a professional real estate agent that's, you know, very seasoned, been in the business for a long time, is not doing this for a hobby, but actually this is our career, please let them know about us. Drop a comment, message me. We would love to help you. If it's something that we cannot help you with because of location, we will find you the right help that you need.
Right.
We've helped 3 or 4 people, I believe, this year. Out of different states. And we have hooked them up with the most top-notch professional real estate agents that we could find around the country.
And contractors.
And contractors too, that's right, I forgot about that.
Yep.
So, you know, we're here to help. Again, tons of experience. We're in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Made it through 2008, got the t-shirt. I'm gonna make it through this as well. I'm sure Greg will too. And just let us know if we can help you or any of your friends, family, coworkers, church members, anything of that nature. So that's all I have to say for today. We'll see you next time.
Take care. Bye, guys.
Bye.